Tonight on News Prime, Vice President Shettima hails Damboa fallen heroes as eternal heroes. In business, federal government to develop roadmap for mangrove conservation protection. On the foreign scene, nighttime curfew imposed in fire-hit areas of Los Angeles as police warn against despicable looting. And in sports, Djokovic alleges poisoning during detention in Australia. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agmofwebe, reminding our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV 365 and free to air on Night Consort. Let's begin tonight by telling you President Bola Tinubu is set to attend the 2025 edition of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week in the United Arab Emirates, which will take place from January 12 to 18. This was made known in a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga. The statement says the President will depart Abuja tomorrow to participate in the summit. A yet-to-be-named officer seen in a viral video with Wahab and Rahim, sons of billionaire businessman Chief Razak Okoya, has been detained by the Nigeria police for naira abuse. This was disclosed by the Force Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi on his X handle as he described the moment captured in the video involving the police officer as unethical and contrary to the values of the force. He noted that disciplinary action is underway to address the misconduct. Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has assured the Ministry of Livestock Development that the state has available spaces and is ready for ranching. The governor, who visited the headquarters of the Livestock Ministry on the courtesy to the minister, Idi Maiha, in a statement by a spokesman, Suleiman Bala Idris, revealed that Zamfara, being an agrarian state, plays a significant role in the mandates of the Ministry of Livestock Development. The statement also said the ministry was created in July 2024 to reform Nigeria's livestock industry, create a safe environment, encourage local and foreign investment, as well as enhance food security. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Kayamo, is exploring cutting-edge technological solutions to bolster safety, operational efficiency, and sustainability across Nigeria's airports. Special Advisor on Media and Communications to the Minister, Tunde Moshood, disclosed this in a statement where he noted that Kayamo stated this when he visited the HOG Technologies, a global leader in runway rubberization equipment at their headquarters in Stuart, Florida. The government of the United States of America has repatriated the sum of $52.88 million it said was traced to former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Desiani Madueke. The U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, Richard Mills Jr., led a delegation that executed the Assets Return Agreement at the Federal Ministry of Justice headquarters in Abuja. Signing the agreement on behalf of the federal government, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, disclosed that the $52.88 million arose from the forfeiture of Galactica assets linked to the ex-minister and her associates. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have arrested 4 Chinese nationals and 101 Nigerians in the business apartments in the Gudu area of Abuja over suspected internet fraud. The commission announced the arrest via its X-handle, saying the suspects, comprising 67 males and 38 females, were allegedly involved in a hotel review job scam targeting victims and hotels in Europe and other parts of the world. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has approved the appointment of Prince Abimbola Owode as the new Alaafin of Oyo. The announcement was made in a statement by the Commissioner of Information and Orientation, Dotun Oyelade, stating that Owode was chosen after extensive consultations and traditional divinations conducted by the Oyo Kingmakers, also known as the Oyomesi. The statement says Prince Abimbola Akim Owode, after a thorough consultation and divination, has been recommended by the Oyomesi and approved by Governor Seyi Makinde as the new Alaafin of Oyo. Imo State government has reaffirmed its commitment to prioritizing the welfare of families of Nigerian fallen heroes who died defending the sovereignty of the nation. Governor Hope Uzodinma made this pledge while launching the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day emblem at the Sam Mbakwe Executive Council Chamber, Government House, Owerri. Our correspondent in the states, Amarachi Ibe, now brings us details.
The governor noted that the emblem symbolizes the nation's gratitude to the gallant men and women who put their life on line to safeguard the country's territorial integrity, stating his administration's commitment to a comprehensive approach in caring for the families of the fallen heroes. The event also provided an opportunity for the Imo State chapter of Nigerian Legion to appeal for increased support from the state government.
The event reminds us that the labors of our heroes past were not in vain. It also gives psychological reassurance and motivation to the serving soldiers to put in their best in the service of their fatherland, seeing that the living and the fallen heroes are remembered, celebrated, and their dependents cared for by the government and people of goodwill.
Similarly, chairperson of the Military Widows Association, Imo State Chapter, Joy Moses, expressed gratitude to the government for its consistent care and support for their members.
Honorable Commissioner, please help us to say thank you to her. She has chosen us as her project. There is nothing she will be doing without us. She encourages us. She empowers us. Please, we are very grateful.
A significant part of the event was the presentation of a brand new bus to the Nigerian Legion Imo State Chapter by the state government.
I urge you to keep fit and keep doing what you know how to do well, supporting the government and protecting our environment, and by way of information, contacting the security agencies with useful information that will enable them do their work very effectively.
As the nation remembers its heroes, Imo State government continues to honor their sacrifices and support their families. Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
We appreciate you, Amarachi, for your report tonight. The Defense Headquarters has reported that troops deployed for counter-terrorism operations have killed 109 terrorists and arrested 81 suspects during the first week of 2025. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Buba Edward, made this announcement in a statement where he noted that the military remains committed to its campaign against insurgents and their collaborators across the country. Breaking down the operations by theater, Buba reported that troops of Operation Hardin K neutralized 64 terrorists, arrested 28 suspects, and rescued 14 kidnapped victims. The National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) has addressed an online report claiming that over 200 Corps members in Oyo State were queried for allegedly skipping a Christmas carol event. In a statement, the Acting Director of Information and Public Relations, Caroline Embu, described the report as misleading. She stated that the affected Corps members were issued queries for failing to attend their scheduled Community Development Service, also called CDS, activities, missing in a December 2024 headcount, and being absent from their places of primary assignment within the Atiba local government area. This is Global Television, and you're watching the live broadcast of News Prime, coming to you from Abuja, the capital of Nigeria. When News Prime returns tonight, marketers, oil firms signed deal to build 50,000 barrels per day refinery. We have those details as well as other stories from foreign and sports for you. Do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us, everyone. News Prime now returns with business. Reports say debt servicing consumed 47% of the federal government's total expenditure in the first 9 months of 2024. An analysis of data from the Central Bank of Nigeria's latest quarterly statistics bulletin highlights the growing burden of debt repayment obligations and its implications for Nigeria's fiscal sustainability. In the first 9 months of 2024, the federal government spent 8.94 trillion naira on debt servicing, a sharp increase of 56.8% from 5.69 trillion naira in the corresponding period of 2023. Nigeria's effort to boost its refining capacity seems to be paying off as petroleum product retailers signed a deal with 3 oil companies to establish a 50,000 barrel per day capacity refinery. The Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria has signed an agreement with all of these entities. The national president of the association, Billy Gillis-Harry, in an interview said the agreement was signed to give Nigerians affordable fuel. The federal government has announced a plan to develop a roadmap for the conservation and protection of mangroves, focusing on forestation and financial sustainability. Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the National Council on Climate Change Secretariat, Dr. Nkiruka Madueke, who disclosed this at an interactive session with journalists in Abuja, noted that the roadmap will outline key priorities for Nigeria in mangrove conservation, reforestation, afforestation, and protection. Madueke, who is also the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Change, stated that the roadmap aligns with the Mangrove Breakthrough Initiative launched in COP27 and the Secretariat's 2025 theme, which is to amplify nature-based climate solutions. Let's go foreign on the news tonight. Chadian security forces have successfully repelled an attack on the presidential palace in N'Djamena by suspected Boko Haram terrorists. The forces killed several attackers and arrested others during the operation. Away from Africa now, the Trump 10 days from inauguration, George Owen Macken says he planned a no penalty sentence called an unconditional discharge, and prosecutors do not oppose it. Now, the implication is that no probation and no fines for the president-elect. In a singular moment in U.S. history, President-elect Donald Trump was sentenced for his New York hush money conviction, but the judge now declined to impose any punishment. The outcome cements Trump's conviction before he returns to power, while freeing him to return to the White House unencumbered by the threat of a jail term or a fine. South Korea's presidential security chief, who has been leading guards protecting impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol, has resigned. The country's interim leader's office made this known, saying it is true, according to an official from the acting president's office, saying when asked about the reported resignation of the acting president. Officials are giving an update as wildfires in Los Angeles that have killed at least 10 people continue to blaze. A nighttime curfew has been imposed in the areas impacted by the Pacific Palisades and eating fires, as well as police warning that anyone involved in despicable looting will be arrested. The wind forecast and drought conditions mean a red flag warning, indicating critical fire conditions is in place across Southern California. And now in sports, Serbian tennis great Novak Djokovic has stated that he believes he was poisoned during his time in an immigration detention facility in Melbourne ahead of the 2022 Australian Open. In a GQ interview, the 24-time Grand Slam champion claimed that the food he was served in Melbourne hotel was being held after the visa was cancelled made him ill. In 2022, Djokovic was detained after his visa exemption was revoked by Australian authorities due to his unvaccinated status amidst the country's strict COVID-19 entry regulations at the time. And now to end Global TV News Prime, let's take a look at some of our top stories. The National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) has addressed an online report claiming that over 200 corps members in Oyo State were queried for alleged skipping of Christmas carol events. In business, the federal government has announced a plan to develop a roadmap for the conservation and protection of mangroves, focusing on reforestation, afforestation, and financial stability. On the foreign scene, officials are giving updates as wildfires in Los Angeles that have killed at least 10 people continue to blaze. And finally, in sports tonight, we told you Serbian tennis great Novak Djokovic has stated that he believes he was poisoned during his time in an immigration detention facility in Melbourne ahead of the 2022 Australian Open. And tonight, that's how we call it a wrap on News Prime on Global Television. A quick reminder to our viewers that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, start times 276, and free to air on Night Concert. We encourage you to use at Global TV NG as well as other handles in our Find on your screen to engage with us across social media platforms. On behalf of the production team domiciled here at Global Television's World Headquarters in Abuja, Nigeria's capital, I'm Uyi Agmofwegwe saying a big thank you to you for watching. We will see you again